Welcome to another showdown, and this time it is between the Bowers & Wilkins PI7 versus the Bang & Olufsen's Beoplay EQ. At the time of making this video, there is a $50 gap in price between the two earbuds in Australia, which is enough to make the Bowers & Wilkins PI7 the winner of this round. In terms of size of the case, I think both have a very similar footprint, as one is taller and slimmer and the other one is shorter but fatter. But because of the shape of the Beoplay EQ, it fits better in any pants pocket, better than the PI7. Also, the PI7 weighs around 75 grams in total with the earbuds inside, whereas the Beoplay EQ is around 66 grams, which makes the Beoplay EQ the winner of this round. Both the earbuds have similar metal accents on top of the earbuds and has an all-plastic body. The overall build quality is very similar except for the fact that the Beoplay EQ has a matte finish with a larger body, whereas the Bowers & Wilkins PI7 has a glossy finish with a layered design that makes it look a little bit smaller. The Beoplay EQ have the B&O logo on top, which is less subtle than the more muted branding of Bowers & Wilkins, which is only on the side of the earbuds. So with everything considered, I think I'm going to call this round a tie, as both look good in my eyes, as there are no major flaws in it, and at the end of the day, it will come down to personal preference. The Bowers & Wilkins PI7 fits really well in the ears. You can wear them outside with total confidence when running or while you are on some other adventure, and not once will you have to worry about the earbuds coming off, cause the fit is really tight and secure. But it's not that comfortable to wear for a long period of time. Basically, the ear tips are at the thicker end of the earbud, and when you put them on your ears, the heavier side will sit on the edge of your ears in such a way that it will put some pressure on it. And if you have smaller ears, then the feeling would be even worse. On the other hand, the Beoplay EQ also fits really well and can give a very secure fit. Though I felt like it is not as secure or tight as the PI7, but I had no problems walking around with it. They sat perfectly fine on my ears during my tests, and not once did I have to push back the earbuds in its place. And the shape of the earbuds helps them not to put any such pressure on the ears when you put them on. In fact, you will barely feel them once they are on the ears. They also come with 4 sizes of ear tips compared to only 2 on the PI7, and also has a Comply ear tip which is made out of foam to give you a better fit and comfort. So this round goes to the Beoplay EQ. Both the earbuds offer Qi wireless charging capabilities as well as USB-C wired charging. But the Bowers & Wilkins PI7 has a very poor battery life compared to most earbuds in the market, and hence makes the Beoplay EQ the winner of this round. The Bowers & Wilkins PI7 will let you change tracks while listening to music, but it does not have volume control, whereas the Bang & Olufsen Beoplay EQ has volume controls but has no support to change tracks. Other than that, both the earbuds provide a range of other controls via taps and long presses on the touchpad, which will take some time to getting used to and remember, but overall both have the same level of responsiveness and user friendliness. So I am going to call this round a tie. The Beoplay EQ and the PI7 both supports all the popular codecs including aptX, but there is no support for LDAC. But the Beoplay EQ connects via the latest Bluetooth 5.2 technology, whereas the PI7 connects via the older Bluetooth 5.0 technology. This means the Beoplay EQ has less latency and a more solid connection. But on the other hand, the PI7 does something really cool. It comes with a 3.5mm to a USB-C cable, which you can connect between your device and the case, which makes this case into a wireless transmitter. So even if your device does not support Bluetooth, you can still enjoy some audio on the PI7. Though the mic does not work in this instance, but I think it is still a very cool feature and something that has a lot of real-life usage, which makes the PI7 the winner of this round. The Bowers & Wilkins PI7 has active noise cancelling, and in my tests, I found their performance to be quite average. They are able to block out decent amount of bass range noise like bus engines, but bin and treble range frequencies still come through. They can also drown out some loud AC hum and a little bit of loud office chatter. On the other hand, the Beoplay EQ's adaptive noise cancelling tech works extremely well to drown out the surrounding sounds. On board the Beoplay EQ, you get 6 omnidirectional mics and a dedicated chip that automatically adjusts noise cancelling levels as you move between different surroundings. Though it is not perfect, but it certainly is more effective than the Pi7 in cutting out ambient sounds. Hence, I'm making the Beoplay EQ the winner of this round. In terms of sound, the Pi7 is louder and has a more punchy bass than the Beoplay EQ. But this bass lacks a bit of sharpness and accuracy and can sometimes overshadow the mid-range frequency. Other than that, vocals and treble sounds very good and really rich with detail. The higher end notes are very warm and crisp, but the lower ones are just a little bit faded. But if you listen to a lot of EDM and pop, then you would not even feel this difference between the two ends of the notes. However, the sound might come as a little bit cluttered and muddy while listening to classical or jazz music, for example. I feel like this could have all been solved if Bowers & Wilkins gave a graphic equalizer for us to control, and this would have then appealed to a big range of audience. On the other hand, the Beoplay EQ does come with a graphic equalizer. If you want to crank up the bass or tweak some other settings, you can do that as per your liking. They're extremely easy on the ears with a wide soundstage and plenty of headroom. I found the bass to be more tighter than the Pi7 but not as deep, and the trebles and mid-range to be all very rich with detail with a level of clarity that you do not get with most other earbuds other than the Pi7 itself. At the end of the day, it will come down to your personal preference, as both the sound signatures are very unique and best in class. Whether you go with the Pi7 or the Beoplay EQ, you will get industry-leading sound, no questions about that. But I myself would lean towards the Beoplay EQ because I like my accuracy on my bass rather than the kick or the oomph factor that I get from the Pi7, and I also like to be able to control how each individual frequency sound over how high the volume can get. But I don't want to impose my ideology on you and keep this debate open, as it would depend a lot on personal preference, and hence I will call this round a tie. Testing the microphone of the Beoplay EQ. Mic check, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Mic check, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Testing the microphone of the Bowers & Wilkins Pi7 earbuds. Mic check, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Mic check, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. When you test both the earbuds side by side, you can hear the little crackling on the voice on the Pi7, as the voice seemed to be cutting out due to wind interference. And on the Beoplay EQ, the voice sounds much more clearer and louder, and you can really tell in this test that the EQ has better ANC than the Pi7. It is more effective at cutting out ambient sounds to isolate voices, which makes the EQ the winner of this round. The Bowers & Wilkins Pi7 does not have any official water resistance rating on it, whereas the Bang & Olufsen's Beoplay EQ has IP54 dust and splash or sweat resistance rating. But the Pi7 has a feature to play some ambient sounds from its app, which comes in handy if you're trying to zone out a little bit while reading a book or something. But again, nothing major really to separate these two earbuds, so I'm going to call this round a tie again. So overall, as you can see that the Beoplay EQ comes out on top between these two earbuds. I personally would choose the Beoplay EQ over the Pi7 because if I spend this much money, then I do not want to live with subpar battery life or noise cancellation or fit. Plus, you also get some intricate details in audio. The separation in layers that the Beoplay EQ can produce is incredible in the mid-range frequency. But if the Pi7 fits you well and you can live with its other shortcomings, then what you will get is the legendary sound signature of Bowers & Wilkins, which is, as far as out-and-out sound quality goes, you get what you pay for. But that's just me. Please let me know what your thoughts are on the comment section down below, and if you enjoyed watching this video, then please like, share and subscribe. This is Nafis signing off till next week. Peace.